allow the two days. It's okay. It's okay. Off your mic. It's okay. She off your mic.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we loud, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego diary politico, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mic, but thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you loud, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego diary politico, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my yegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my yegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my yegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh, yo. My yegun don't come, oh, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo. My yegun don't come, oh, yo. My yegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. My yegun don't come, oh, yo. Mayegun la wa mo la mo dododo. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Mayegun la wa mo la mo dododo. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Mayegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré, wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Mayegun diary, diary politico. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé.
Bọ́ba bá gbé wúrẹ́.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn àjò.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bíjó ìgbádìyẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn àjò.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn àjò.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn àjò.
Máyégún ti dé.
Hello there, brethren. Just 1 sec. So a good morning to you, a good afternoon to you, and of course, a very good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. It is Máyégún live. And thank you very much for joining me from wherever indeed you are joining from. You are joining us. Remember that after reading the caption of the broadcast, please read the description of the broadcast as well. Like it, share it, invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them that Máyégún today, Máyégún is live. So we are going to be one direction camera tonight, just so you know. There's not going to be switching tonight. I'll tell you why later. So for those who possibly have been following the news, last week, the news was that the former governor of Sokoto State, Aminu Tambuwal, who also happened to be the former speaker of the Nigerian House of Representatives. And he is also a current senator representing a part of Sokoto State after serving 8 years as governor. Now, he's been accused by the EFCC, accused of stealing 189 billion naira when he was governor. So that was the headlines last weekend. As we approach, another weekend, the headlines has changing again. First, his release. Then secondly, his political associates, friends from all these sides, besieging his residence in Abuja. Then after that, he returned back to Sokoto State. The same people supposedly he stole from, right? To an heroic welcome, which also is making headlines. And for those who have been following the political, developments left, right, and center, except for those who probably couldn't be bothered, people like us have been following it. And you see, the way we are able to kind of like understand these rogues to some extent, because we may possibly never really understand them all through, to some extent, right, is because when you hear them speak, either in public or in private, there is always, apart from everything they say, right, there is always what they are not actually verbally saying, but codedly saying as well. And at the same time, it is also, through their engagements that you get to kind of like gauge, the people's, view and all that about them. And all of this are always very much like in the open, like it's always there. Some see them and just be like, this is just a pure waste of time and all that. Others like us kind of like take our time to review it, which is what you subscribe to on Máyégún's Diary Political. And we're going to do that tonight. Remember that the most talked about kind of like political group right now in Nigeria is about their coalition, this coalition, that. As much as so many of those, their political stakeholders are either pretending not to be bothered, or they continue to raise a different kind of like false flags just to eat up the system. That's what they call it, eating up the system. So in northern Nigeria, from what we have gathered so far and believed that it's going to get worse, right, is that the preachings to their supporters or to northerners who themselves have like expressed their disgust, you would say, like displeasure with it, Koolu, with their end bad governance protest last year that ended badly. Remember? So the politicians are building on that, telling them that Tinubu has shown so much contempt for northern Nigeria, for the people of northern Nigeria. He gives no damn about them and he hates them. That's what they are kind of telling their people there. They are making their people believe that Tinubu appointing his own crooked co-travelers represent the southern Nigeria. And therefore, southern Nigeria is enjoying so much under Tinubu, while northern Nigeria is bleeding. You see, this is the rhetoric up north. And people like Tambuwal and others right now are pretty much like a building up on that sentiment enough that it seems to be working. Just saying. Because while they were having a kind of like a swell day in Sokoto, in Kaduna, the story is different. Not for this ADC and this opposition per se. Rufire was in town, maybe still in town. You know, they are organizing what they call the by-election or something, right? So Rufire is in town. He's been on their radio, he's been on the street and all of these places, you know, trying to put to test their ADC coalition before 2027. And it seems to be going well. So Ubanza Sani, who is their governor, because before this time, it is believed that Rufire had been chased out of town, politically irrelevant anymore. Most of his supposed political associates have been neutralized. So his return kind of to his own supporters is like, you know, is back, kind of. Anyway, let's start with the Tambuwals. Because right there in Zaria yesterday, in Kaduna, while Ubanza Sani was also out to test their own popularity, I think when they got to Zaria, well, it became more kind of like violent because mob that I believe they are the Zarians, the people of Zaria, upset with them, with the APC, their governor, the speaker. They were all screaming, Bamai, Bamai, that is, we don't want you, and stoning them. And you do know what that means, right? So let's go to Sokoto, where Tambuwal received what you can call an heroic welcome because he went to fight with the EFCC. Oh, that's another part I seem to have left out. Let's add it. His arrest is because, yeah, they said he stole 189 billion naira. And it was to be kind of like arraigned. Now, when he went to see them, he said that it's obvious that he has nothing to hide. And it was pretty much like a witch hunting. I've been a wizard hunting. That means Tinubu is using the EFCC to intimidate opposition. He's been doing it to so many of them behind the scene, forcing their hands to join APC. So he told his supporters, I think we should first see that part of his entrance to that state, Sokoto, and this was yesterday. I was going to share this with us this afternoon before one of my camera kind of like packed up. So fair enough, it's not a big one. So I had to kind of make it this evening. So it may be a long night tonight. So please share the broadcast if you haven't already. So the first part is entrance yesterday. That was him. They said the trip from their airport to his house took over 4 hours to navigate through the traffic of his own supporters. Then it was time for him to tell them what happened, which he did tell them. And I will tell you a bit before I play you the video. So according to him, the EFCC accused him of stealing, and he denied stealing anything. He's got nothing to hide. So then the EFCC said they will need to provide sureties, like guarantors, to come and stand for him, as in before he could be released. And he said he told them that he was a former speaker, he's a former speaker, a former governor, a serving senator, and if those kind of like positions are not enough for the EFCC to release him on self-recognizance, then they should keep him. And he said they released him. So then he went on to tell his supporters that it is a pure witch hunting by Tinubu to use the EFCC to clip or clamp down on opposition. And he asked his supporters, "Oh, would you want me to go to APC?" They said no. "Would you want me to remain with coalition and ADC?" They screamed yes. And many other things he told them. Listen.
Sarki. Hey, जाओ जाओ.
I was first invited by the EFCC and I went there voluntarily on my own volition, without being coerced, without being forced, on the 6th of August. That was my first visit to the EFCC. I was interviewed, I was interrogated, and sometimes they let me go back home with a view of coming back on Monday, the 10th, 11th of August. I went back after hours of interview and interrogation. I requested that I should be allowed to go back home as did the last time, so that we can take another day for us to continue with the interview and interrogation. I was told by the operatives interviewing me that I need to get someone or some people to take me on bail. I told them to go back and tell the chairman of the EFCC that Aminu Tambuwal, our speaker of the House of Representatives of the Federal Republic of Nigeria for 4 years, with an unblemished record. And I served the people of Sokoto State for uninterrupted years of 8 years. And that now I am the Senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I should be allowed on my personal recognition. More so, I am the holder of the honors of the Commander of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. But the President came back to say that no, the chairman had declined, that I must get 2 directors from Federal Civil Service and some other conditions for me to be granted bail. I should get them as my sureties. And this was around 5-6 p.m. And they have to get letter of introduction from their employers. My lawyers, 3 senior advocates of Nigeria were with me. They appealed and appealed and appealed that the conditions of bail be varied, that liberal conditions be given. They refused, and I had to be taken to cell M23, where I rested till the following morning. Of course, we were able, by the grace of God, your prayers, to get and meet the conditions of bail, and I was allowed to go yesterday. Why now? Why at this moment? When
He's asking that I had to stop it because of the time as well. Okay, so he's asking, like, why now? Do you get the message? That why is it now that we are planning to form a coalition to remove Tinubu? That is when the year. But why not now? Do you understand? Because Nigeria is a place where these criminals, they enjoyed some level of immunity, they call it. So except you are out of favor, you are expected to enjoy that privilege, immunity, loot the money, but just make sure that you don't leave the circle of those in power. And if you have to leave their circle, you must also make sure that you are not using the stolen money to fight them, because that's the way they see it. Because they are stealing money to remain in power. You are no longer in power, and what you have stolen is enough. If you all pull it together, right, it's enough to, put a little bit of sand in their gari. That is their plan. So, but why not? You see the people who are the victims there. They are the real victims, oh. But to them, as typical Nigerians, they love their own criminals differently. You know what I'm talking about, right? Nigerians love their thieves differently. It is either they will say, leave them for us. Go and look for another one. Are you saying there is no thief? Those who are stealing public money in your own tribe. Are you saying your own people have never stolen? Leave him for us. So they love their oppressors differently. They love their thieves differently. And most importantly, because of religion, some of them will tell you that their own thieves is actually God-fearing. They are God-fearing thieves. Because they pay them to go to Mecca. They give them money for mass marriages and all that stuff, right? And they are doing the will of Allah. So leave them for us. Nigeria are victims. In Kaduna, where rufire seems to be roughing up some feathers, or should I say Ubanza. Which one is correct? Because I want it to be in Hausa, right? I want to say Ubanza, or Ubanka. Is Ubanka Hausa? You will tell me. So rufire was somewhere around the Zaria metropolis last night. They are all canvassing for votes. They are doing by-elections. So APC is doing the same, but APC is the incumbent, so they expected to kind of return their candidates. But with the rufire in the mix, and with what has been shown on social media so far, it seems like is a special showdown before any other showdown in that place. And it is just purely sponsored by Rufire and his own supposed godson, Ubanza Sani. Here, last night, Rufire.
Jam'iyyar azzalumai cewa
lokacinsu ya ƙare. A haɗa kai a yi zaɓen ɗan takarar SDP. Matanmu ku fito ku zaɓi Nuhu Abdullahi Sada na jam'iyyar SDP a wannan mazaɓar. Kada ku ji barazanar wani abu, ku je ku yi zaɓe. Kuma bayan kun yi zaɓe ku tsaya a ƙirga, ku raka, ku tabbatar barayi ba su sace a zaɓen ku ba.
So he accused the state government of, that is Ubanza Sani, that he's been using the state's money to fund APC, in the states, and his own commissioner of local government, I think, came out to debunk that in this video. Listen.
I've seen the faces of all these press. You've been in Kaduna for ages. You know everybody. And there's no one that knows in and out of this country or the state like the press people. You know this is funny. You know who the short man is. And you know his record. People have known him. Now he has gone back to even social media politics, propaganda, instigating, insulting. Somebody that has been an executive governor elected for 8 years in Kaduna State, calling the president of this country an evil person. This is disappointing. It's very, very disappointing. He's a frustrated person. You can see him. He came in, he's frustrated because he wants power at the age of 65. A two-time year governor, a former minister of FCT, still want to be in power. Even me, at the 60, I'm due for retirement to go back and sit down. Rufire the one power. They've been out of government 2 years. Just 2 years they are out. And we know how they hand over government to President Tinubu. Not the economy is stable, or maybe the economy is juicy. And the only thing that maybe Aswajo has done, maybe implementing the subsidy removal. And you can't run the government without the removal of that subsidy. If not, you will not be paying salaries and so on. So even the accusation they are making today that will remove millions of money from local government, that is what they've been doing in their previous administration. He thought Ubanza Sani's administration would do that. He has been a governor. So he thought what the system they are using to remove public funds from local government accounts to fund election, he thinks Ubanza Sani administration will do the same thing. He's lying. We have so many avenues of getting source of money or getting source of financing elections. We have businessmen, we have patronage people. That's why we have contractors and so on. It's the political democratic elected government. We have a way of running elections and we have a way of running government. We don't have to take public funds to do election. He's just lying. How can we take 30 billion naira each local government? Is disappointing. There's nothing like that, and they should bring evidence. As the Commissioner for Information said, we hand it over to the legal people to give us some legal advice. But this is not surprising. The faces I know now, you know who is Rufire. Everybody has known him now. Everybody has known. They are frustrated. Even the so-called ADC before, most of them are past. They are in the past administration. Rotimi Amechi is the former governor. He's the former minister. Justice Malimi, former minister during Buhari. All of them, they are the clique of the past 2 years administration they left. What have they done to the country? What do they have on the table? Are they turning dollar to a 1 naira? We remove Aswaju. Remove Aswaju. What do you have on the table? Let them tell the Nigerian press and people what they have. The coalition they are doing, they are just frustrated people. None of them that doesn't have a political CV, and they never had value for over 30 years. And now people have come who are trying to make something, trying to put the country in safe. Look at Kaduna, we've united Kaduna. No any destruction or maybe, killing people along Abuja. There's no kidnapping. During Rufire, they killed my daughter at NNPC Road. Everybody knows that. The state government, they even come as a stakeholder. Nobody has come to condole me. But today, there's nothing like that. There's peace in Kaduna. There's uniting. Ubanza Sani has gone to southern Kaduna. Unite the people, their elders, their pastors, their bishops. Then what else does he want? He has gotten his own time for 8 years. 8 years, and nothing. Insults, disrespect, traditional rulers, sack workers in Kaduna. Even the so-called development that you people are seeing, they say $350 million. The project is not more than $100 million. Why is the rest of the money? Thank you very much.
You're welcome. He's an in-house person. This, you know, he is one of, or should I say, was one of the El Rufire's men. Like, they were all together for those 8 years. They're just sad that why would El Rufire be tormenting Ubanza Sani? And why did he want to remove Tinubu? And everything is said in that video. But now between them, so Ubanza Sani took to the streets, of course, to go and do their own kind of like rally campaign or whatever you want to call it. At first, everything was fine. Like in this clip. Come be like person where they do 10-10. You know that 10-10? Like that. So it was like, oh my God, they love me so much. Gee, they love me so much. Oh my God, look at them. Look at this Mugu. Look at this idiot. They have no idea that I'm just faking it. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but it was just to show to everyone that when El Rufire entered town 2 days ago, and they were uploading video of him jumping from this to that and all of that, so Ubanza Sani decided to show his own, and everything was going on fine. Everything was, you know, they were passing through the road, people were sharing, hailing and all that. So when they entered this road for Zaria, music just changed to you know, like I don't know, because I'm an Ijebu person, right? And a Yoruba man. So I could paint scenarios in Yoruba based on my own kind of like experience. You get what I mean? Like everything was going fine until when people started studying. I said, Governor, like enter. Change the gear. Everybody is driving on gear 2 and 3. Slow. 2. 3. Slow. Then they do speed 7 and 10 until they enter these streets for Zaria. Everything changed. Bamayi. Everybody run, no. That was in Zaria yesterday. Meanwhile, in Kano, they also had their own, they're planning to have their own by-election tomorrow as well. All right, Saturday. So the deputy Senate President, Jibril, was the one who kind of like, you know, the financier of the APC in that district. This is what it looked like. We can even come back to that in a moment. But first, right, I'm going to go on a very short break. I need to fix something. I'll be back in a minute. I've sorted it. And it's very fast, don't worry. So yeah, let's go to Kano. Kano, where they put this number. Again, take a look at the audience. Say two things. It is either APC is so popular than what the opposition want us to see, or APC guys have made so much money that they could buy enough crowd to fill an entire auditorium like this one in Kano. And this was also yesterday, right? Like that. So in that same Kano, something happened because the ruling party there is the ANPP, the Kwakwansop guys. So they are also doing their own campaigns. And it was the turn of their own governor. You know, he said a lot of things, by the way, but there's a part where he told the youth that everybody who is enjoying the 50,000 naira stipend. It practically was asking them that, like, they are enjoying the 50,000 naira stipend they give to them every month. The Kano youth. And the youth screamed back, like, which 50,000? We don't receive any 50,000 though. So the supposedly embarrassed governor was like, oh, okay, I will look into that. So it was there with the impression that indeed they have the media and every other document they've kind of like presented to the public by, as their evidence of paying people 50,000 naira in Kano. This part is in Hausa as well. We are not receiving any money, Mr. Governor.
Musamman wannan tallafi da muke muku duk wata na 50,000 mata ɗari. Musamman wannan asibiti da muka ɗaga shi yanzu ba a bashi mata ana baku. Ke za mu binciki shugabanninku mu tabbatar ana yi ko ba.
You see that? You hear that? So it was like, you continue to collect the money. We'll make sure that that's not going to stop. And they're like, no, what money? So we didn't receive. You did not receive it. No, we did not receive any money. Okay, I'll look into it and make sure you receive the money. Hey, thank you. Kind of. Now, the other part, this time is now politics as well. Okay, I think it's still politics. The obedient group, the obedient movement, they have a message for you if you are an obedient watching this. From Tanko, your movement leader, so to say. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, today is the 14th of August 2025. Barely just 4 days before INEC commenced another batch of registration of voters. Fellow Nigerians, in response to the urgent national clamor for the rescue of our beloved nation and the birth of a new Nigeria, the obedient movement is excited to announce the launching of a new campaign. A new Nigeria is possible. Get your PVC and go mad. To go mad, acronym stand to get organized, make election rigging difficult. Let me repeat. Get organized, make election rigging difficult, which underscore our new focus as we head into the 2027 election season. It is our plan to mobilize millions of Nigerians into organized voting blocks, ensure that every eligible citizen has a permanent voter's card, and protect the integrity of the 2027 elections. To protect the integrity of the 2000 election and ensure more Nigerians participate in the democratic process, the Go Mad campaign has a straightforward mission. In every polling unit across Nigeria, every obedient will either lead or join a voting block of at least 100 Nigerians in their polling unit. We will work to achieve 100% of PVC ownership in each block. We will go door to door, help people get to registration points, and recruit 1,500 value-based leaders to run for offices under the Obedient platform as a gathering point. In 2027, we will turn our people en masse to vote out bad leaders, those who cannot give us good governance, defend the process with 1 million trained voters protectors, and use technology at real-time reporting. No more glitches. and proactive measures resist to make rigging very unattractive and dangerous to politicians and institutions, with delight in thwarting the people's mandate, just like we saw in the 2023 general election. As obedient, we believe that a new Nigeria is one where food is affordable, communities are secured, healthcare work, education equips our young people for the future. Rural areas are connected to markets. Women have equal opportunities. Business can grow without harassment, and the diaspora can return home with pride. For our children, it is about building a country where patriotism is not a burden, but a thing of joy. We call on every obedient and every Nigerian who believe in a better future to take part in this campaign. Do not leave it for others. Do not be intimidated. Do not feel harassed. No Nigerian is more superior than any other Nigerian. Get your PVC or help at least 10 other persons to get theirs. We call it Operation 1010. Create or join a voting block at obedient.com. That is our website that you can reach right now. Mobilize your friends and neighbors, colleagues, and families to register and prepare to vote. It may interest you to know at the last elections, we have over 90 million registered voters. But at the end of it all, we have only less than 23 to 24% of that total vote that vote, and they gave us this particular government. Volunteers as vote defenders in your polling unit for 2027. Attend rallies, town hall meetings, and community events to spread this message. Share this campaign online using the hashtag A New Nigeria is Possible.
Like the Ronukus, as they are currently possibly saying it, you want to mobilize 1 million. So very soon now, you are going to see Araban Bidiot on TV. And he's going to say, yes, I told you. Obi says he's going to mobilize 1 million Nigerians to kick Tinubu out. You'll see an interview very soon. So Judas Abure already came out to say Peter Obi is a desperate politician for telling his supporters to go and vote for ADC instead of Labour Party. So you will expect some backlashes to follow that. So if you are not an obedient, possibly that's not for you. Talking about Toby. A man called Sonny, I believe, is a member of PDP, was on Arise to discuss also, the political developments where the oppositions are talking about coalition, coming together, form a bloc and other stuff. Sonny, when I think he was asked that is PDP really interested in getting Peter Obi to come and join them? Well, Sonny's answer is that with Obi's public commitment to the ADC, which he also recently just commented on, that obviously means that the PDP return is impossible. Then they also mentioned Jonathan. Like they keep dropping Jonathan's name. Good luck, Jonathan. Like keep dropping his name in all this their presidential talk, and the guy is mute when it's obvious that he's practically not going to be part of it. They did same in 2023. They're pushing same again in 2027. And here is what that Sonny had to say on both.
Let me first and foremost correct you, Dr. Abati. I was the first person to speak about Jonathan's coming back, even though I'm not a former governor. I spoke on another sister platform, and it became a national affair. Now, these were all conjectures, and we were trying as much as possible to bring in more capable hands, in view of the comatose nature of the PDP. Quite a lot of people have left the PDP and they have pitched their tent with the coalition. Now, it is incumbent on us, to make suggestions, make conjectures, try to bring capable hands that will come into the PDP and raise its profile and its status. At the moment, the people in there are incapacitated by so many factors because they were part and parcel of how the PDP has been plunging. Bala Mohammed has been the chairman of the PDP Governors Forum. He was unable to sieve some of the major defections that has affected the governors. We have now lost two governors, the governor of Akwa Ibom and the governor of Delta State. And we are most likely to lose the governor of Rivers State. So in his leadership, we have been able to lose about 3 governors. Now, coming to other issues, the Wike factor is there. He is also, making concerted efforts to ensure that the PDP does not survive, it doesn't rise, so that his own aim, which is to support President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2027, will materialize without no competition at all. So for us, who are genuine members of the party, who are passionate about the party, and who have been in the party right from the beginning, since 1998, we believe that the party can rise again. Like I always say, the PDP is like the beetle. It never dies. Now, coming to bringing these two people, they were originally members of our party. Jonathan does not know any other party apart from PDP. Although there were rumors at a point in time that he was going to contest under an APC administration, but that rumor was denied. Now, with these current insinuations that we have been making, we believe that Jonathan has not come out to either affirm or deny that he's going to contest or he's not going to contest. Furthermore, we have read so many reports and we have heard so many reports that he has been holding some meetings with very critical stakeholders, on the issue of this contest. So perhaps we may have gotten the speculation right, that Jonathan is likely to come out. Peter Obi has just of late, yesterday, directed all his supporters to vote for an ADC candidate wherever he is, while he is still in Labour. Now, Labour Party this morning has called out to its members to disregard Peter Obi's comments. So these have shown that Peter Obi is married to the ADC and is most unlikely to defect to the PDP. Although he has made allusions to the fact that the PDP had approached him. Well, the whole thing, the last straw that broke the camel's back was a statement released by the National Publicity Secretary of the PDP, where he said they were not looking for, that there were capable hands within the PDP. But to me, I believe that that statement was merely a form of shakara, where you don't want to say, okay, we are looking for people, that we have capable people. But in essence, you are looking for the people, because there is no political party that will survive without high-profile personalities.
Okay.
And these two people are high-profile. Let me first.
Mr. Omar Sani, yeah, that's his full name. He did a critical analysis of the situation. PDP is done for, and PDP is dead for so many reasons, and won't rise anytime soon for the same reason. Personal ambitions, which is powered by personal egos of these characters, and with a lot of stolen money in their kitty. they could like keep disrupting their own system. In that sense, Tinubu tends to be the gainer. But it's actually really crazy. Oh. You know that there is no real person who wants to be PDP presidential candidate that you can say, oh, is working to be candidate in an election that is coming on. Nah. They are so enmeshed in this their crisis that eventually they will pop somebody up, I think. And I don't know if that person will be like anything major in that sense. But he didn't lie. Mr. Sani didn't lie. Or should I say he's not wrong. However, for Obi, indeed, Peter Obi announced and told his supporters to go and vote for ADC. And remember, it was kind of like stated by David Mark of their ADC and that they gave waivers to El Rufire and Obi not to join their ADC yet. Nobody can really tell what it's that all about. So everybody is doing anti-party right now. And still hoping that they are all going to end up in a single place that will eventually mount this massive force to challenge Tinubu. So you tell me, is my voice still very clear? Is the audio still okay? Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much, Collins, Chiamaka. Anyway, let us leave the PDP, APC, and what have you for now and get to something else. Okay. So this time, it is the statement of Okonjo-Iweala, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, the former Minister of Finance of Nigeria, and the current, I think, is it president of the World Trade Organization, WTO. So she met with Tinubu yesterday, and after their meeting, you know, she's recently elected, I think, the president of not recently though, but she came to Nigeria to do one WTO project or program where they intend to give $5,000 to, I think, each to 250 something women to empower them and their businesses and all that. So she met with Koolu, and after the meeting, she spoke with the media in the Aso Rock, where she said, you know, Koolu should be praised for stabilizing the Nigeria economy. And coming from her, that is like a great endorsement for Tinubu. Okay, so people like me, people like you, complain about economy this, economy that, and all of that stuff. So we are like illiterates. So Koolu and his gang getting that kind from her, yeah, is a huge endorsement to say they are doing what is good. Like the economy is stable, you know, the Naira is coming from her, and that has gotten people talking. A lot of people have reacted. Like, are you being serious? As others are like, she's right. Others are like, no, she's not. You get what I mean now? While others are saying, what do you expect her to say? She was in the Aso Rock. Do you want her to say Tinubu has crashed Nigeria economy? But this is what she actually said. Just to know what are you going to say yourself? Ngozi.
Okay, the president embarked on some reforms at the initial stage of his administration, and now he's told Nigerians that the economy is turning the corner. What's the WTO's perception of Nigeria's economy?
So we think that the president and his team, and we just exchanged with him, have worked hard to stabilize the economy. And you cannot really improve an economy unless it's stable. So he has to be given the credit for the stability of the economy. So the reforms have been in the right direction. What is needed next is growth. We now need to grow the economy, and we need to put in social safety nets so that people who are feeling the pinch of the reforms can also have some support to be able to weather the hardship. So that's the next step. How do we build social safety net to help Nigerians cushion the hardship they're feeling? And then how do we grow the economy so we can create more jobs and put more money in people's pockets? These are issues that we discussed with Mr. President.
Àmọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́ gbé kalẹ̀ yìí ó dàbí ọ̀rọ̀ ẹni tí ọpọlọ rẹ̀ yòrò tàbí ẹni tí Ọlọ́run fi síbi aláṣà àwọn ọpọlọ rẹ̀. Bí ọpọlọ ikú ó jọ má bẹ́ẹ̀ tọpọlọ rẹ̀ ò tó nǹkan rárá tàbí ètò wà ń bẹ kó má tiẹ̀ wúlò má rárá.
Sorry if you don't understand Yoruba. So what that means is that what the satire means is that this thing that you just said, madam, it make it look like you are somebody who, they just use this tiny, that taba. I don't know what it's called in English. That taba, that thing that people are sniffing, like it's not cocaine, like taba. It's called taba, like all this brown. So there is a spoon for it. If you probably lived with, the old men or even old women back then, you remember it's called asa. You see the spoon? It's a tiny, like, ice cream top spoon like that. It's like, you are like somebody would use that tiny thing to scoop a tiny brain into the head. Or maybe you actually have brain, but the one that is left there is no longer working. Baba, what that is that he's just trying to be politically correct. Should we review what she said? The policies are working, and the economy is stable. Because if the economy is not stable, you can't improve. Or a removed subsidy, that was over 2 years ago. Since then, Tinubu, what he called cushion the effects of subsidy removal, to share rice, give them rice, give them rice, give them 10,000 naira or 5,000 naira, and that should do it. But people are still crying, they are hungry. Okay, you know what? Give them rice again. Until people started complaining about rice, like, what rice? That's their own solution to cushion the effects. I'm talking about somebody say, let us give them £5. If they are claiming that they are hungry, give them £5. 10,000 naira. As a government. And that's not like 10,000 naira like that too. So now they are planning to see how to cushion the effect for you. What are they going to do? What are they going to give you? She's been dishonest. Party says, well, she's not expected to say anything otherwise. Listen.
Now, Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, who is Director General, second time, of the WTO, is an international diplomat. No one should expect that she will go to the president of Nigeria and tell him anything otherwise. As an international diplomat, yes, she will echo, and what she's done is not even original. She simply echoed IMF World Bank, Article 4 consultative session outcome, saying that, President Tinubu's reform is going very well, and that those reforms are important and all that. But both the IMF and the World Bank added the same caveat about the need for social safety nets. She said exactly the same thing. She said, okay, the reforms are working, but now we need growth. In other words, she's also saying the same thing that the IMF and World Bank said, that we need to do more. So when Minister Edun comes on the sidelines and says, we're doing well, the budget is doing well, we are, paying attention to all regular payments and all that, that's government talk. The emphasis is on growth, which Dr. Okonjo-Iweala pointed out. How do we grow this economy? And the counter-argument is that, is there enough productivity in this economy to ensure growth? I've consistently said there is no enough productivity. And then we're still a monocultural economy. The bulk of what we get is still from oil. That's why every day, even when Rotus comes around, we are watching what is the oil benchmark today, how is Brent crude doing, how is WTI doing. We need to do a lot more in terms of expanding this economy, making it grow. 3.4, 3.5% growth is not enough. Those who know the subject have said, look, can we get to Nigeria to a double-digit growth level, which was where this economy was going at a certain time. Removing fuel subsidy and having additional revenue, yes, may solve initial problems, but there are more fundamental problems that an international diplomat will not stand in front of President Tinubu and spell out. So productivity one. And then there are many agencies of government that we need to look.
To streamline, cut down government cost. Cutting down government cost means all these political appointments, which comes with cars, money, salaries, and other allowances. They are drainers. You call them up. But Tinubu has promised a lot of people. And the only way anybody can support Tinubu is when he either promises you something or he gives you something. Money, appointments, anything. And then you can pay that back. That's how Koolu runs, how operates. So with the resources that they claim to be scarce, it's kind of like ending up in the hands of the same rogues who made the resources scarce. That's how they roll. But yeah, I won't say that at that place. And by the time you're going to see her talk again somewhere on a different kind of like a platform and all that, where she can be honest, maybe brutally honest. That was a politically correct statement. It's not real. Leaving that aside, there is also another another kind of like a square peg in a round hole. His name is Bosun Tijani. He's the Minister for Communication or Minister of Communication in that contraption. Nigerians have been like drowning. Nigerians have been like crying because of the cost of data, mobile data, and what have you. And in the last 2 years, they have already increased what is believed to be the tax over telecommunications. It's called telecommunication tax. They've increased that. They have shortened the length of what people pay for their data and what have you. That people have to pay more now. So people were complaining. But they have a guy who is believed to be coming from the, this tech bro kind of like a cycle. People would think and prefer solutions in such a way that because that's what you do. When you see a problem, you prefer solution. You create a solution for that. So if you have a chance of joining government, somebody who is creating solution, maybe creating apps and all of that, or you're not getting to government and you are pretty much like a complete flop. You get that now? Then somebody said, oh my God. When you look at those they call tech bros in Nigeria, who are supposed to actually be, building technologies that solves problems in true essence of it, not milking it. You get it now? You realize that most of these guys are only sort of taking advantage of a broken system in that contraption. How do you explain Nigerians paying to withdraw their own money through the POS? So to somebody was like, I will create a solution and bring money closer to you. And in that regard, the system ensured that there is not enough money in the cash machine, ATM. So you have to go to the side road and all of that. So there are many other of those things they created just to milk the system. A working system will cancel most of those things. So that guy came from that background, Bosun Tijani. And he was somewhere telling his listeners that Tinubu's greatest achievement is that he's laying a 5G cable, 90 miles, I've been at 900 miles, I don't know. That once it is completed, it's going to give internet access to millions of Nigerians in a country that has no electricity. Do you get that now? Osunti Jani has been, is kind of more like a farmer. He should have been an agric minister than anybody that has anything to do with technology. Is all these communications between these terrorists and all that. Somebody like Bosunti Jani could have helped, because his ministry has gadget equipments to track anything, your email or your text messages or your fax or name it. And yet, a communication minister is more about, oh, damn it, man. I got him speaking somewhere. Listen to this. Empty barrels.
And you know that that's coming from a reliable source. Those kind of projects are not delivered in 2 months, in 3 months. They are 3, 4, 5 year kind of projects. And it's one of the projects that this administration is doing that I explained to you. It's the largest in any developing countries in the world, the largest. Where we're investing in 90,000 kilometers of fiber. That is a project that we believe will provide job opportunities for a lot of young people. A lot. Because a lot of these people will lay those fibers. People will start to set up community ISPs that can also provide these services to people. These are the kind of things that if we all don't back, we're not going to see affordable connectivity. At the minute, we rely on the MNOs for everything that we consume. And there's absolutely no way that will be cheap or that will...
I wanted you to hear it too. They are laying fiber cable of 90 kilometers. And that mofo sat in the APC youth office telling his mumu, like the Ronukus, with him that 90 kilometers of fiber cable is the largest in the whole world, developed world. Like what's he talking about? Developed world. Do you have another meaning for developed world? Because I don't understand. Between here and Edinburgh. No, let me go further. From Glasgow to Aberdeen is more than 100, it's actually more than 200 kilometers. And what you have there, like you have all over this country, you have thousands of kilometers laid fiber cable, along with other fiber super fast cable. In the UK, we are now having what is called the mega fast or something, where you are getting 1.5, 2000 Mbps, megabit per second, which means you're having the speed that is like a speed of light. In my, what is he talking about? And what is this thing about ultra, largest, biggest? And they have the audience, Nigerians who always want to pretend to be the most educated though. 90 kilometers of fiber cable. That can be more than a cable they will lay in Abuja. Fiber. I actually thought he said 900 kilometers. But 90 kilometers? The largest. So if that is also kind of like, let's even say that is to connect all the airports in Nigeria. That's not even largest. Do you get what I mean? All over the world now, airports, even local airports, they have Wi-Fi, all kinds of Wi-Fi, free Wi-Fi and what have you. So what is he talking about? And this is what they, this is what they put in their achievement book. Yeah, we have achieved this. And there's another one, and I want to use 142 billion naira to build bus stops. There's another one. Listen to this one.
Mr. President and Commander-in-Chief, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, among the memos that were presented to the Council seeking for approval include the construction of bus terminals, one in each of the 6 geopolitical zones of the country. And I give you the location. Southwest in Abeokuta, northeast in Gombe, northwest in Kano, north central in Lokoja, southeast in Onitsha, south in Warri, in favor of Mrs. Planet Project Limited in the sum of 142 billion 28,576,428 naira 17 kobo only. Let me say this loud and clear. This is the first time government is having intervention on road infrastructure apart from road construction. The idea of these terminals was chosen based on choice of their economic viability. It has come to the notice of the ministry that in spite of the significance of road transportation in Nigeria, there are no bus terminals to address the interests of millions of Nigerian commuters. As a result, we have a lot of crime, road traffic accident, proliferation of arms and ammunition on our highways. So that is what informed the ministry to approach Mr. President and indeed the Federal Executive Council to seek for the approval of the construction of this bus terminals. Thank you, Mr. President.
You dey hear? So bus terminals is actually not a bad idea. Abi, is it? They build bus stops or bus terminals. So bus terminals means like where bus can come in and leave. All those already exist, I think. Yeah. If you go to the park, right, to enter a bus going to Onitsha, for example, the east. So there's a chance that the bus will stop for everybody to stretch their legs, buy whatever you want to buy when you get to Ore. No, don't worry about the bad road. I know that one is there. I'm just saying, like, after driving from Lagos for like an hour, when you get to Ore, they will likely stop. And if they don't stop you in Ore, you will stop in Benin to stretch your legs and all of that stuff. And they are not going to stop you on the road. They usually kind of like, they will take you into the park, I think, especially if people are to come down. So I don't know who is going to use the federal government bus terminals, or they're just going to start building those places with like build them up. I don't know, but you know what they are going to do. Now what do you don't hear them, Abi? Yeah, once the money is released, okay, it's about mountain blocks, Nabi. They will mount blocks here and there. 142 billion naira is a lot of money to build the 40 terminals, I think he said, right? So at the end of the day, if they manage to start the construction, like maybe 5, because they know some of you won't even remember that they spend money to build terminals. You won't even ask them about the terminals. Would you? Most of you won't ask. If I come back in 2 years' time and I say, hey, how many of you remember that time they want to use 142 billion to build terminals in 2025? Some of you will just be like, oh yeah, I remember. And I say, where are the terminals now? Audio. It is so hard to believe these guys because it's just going to be like you are fooling yourselves or falling for their lies twice. You get what I mean now? Like, Bukwari came. And many of these guys were telling you that you are just impatient. The destruction of Nigeria is for all these years. He cannot fix it in 2 years when it's 3rd year. Or he can't fix it in 3rd year. Or he can't fix it in 1 term. Or he's been sick. Now he can't fix it in 5. When later they started saying, are you not seeing what is done? I said, yeah, we can see it, but it's worse. No, it's good. It's because you don't like him. They gaslighted people until Bukwari died. Most of those people have now changed clothes. They are now the bat idiots. The same technique. So if you fell for them then, and you are falling for them right now as well, it's sad, yeah? It is. Anyway, the people of this community in Edo State, they have been under the different attacks from, the Fulani terrorists. So at a point, they gathered themselves together and they apprehended the person they accused of being the ringleader of the kidnapping ringleader, the ring. And they handed him over to the police. Until the rumor started spreading in the community that the guy had escaped. Escape, Bao, they released him. Which one is escape? So the community hearing all of this, everybody mobilized, including those who have been the victims of this, terrorist. So go and confirm if indeed he escaped or not. Here is what they found.
Serious questions are being raised as South Ibe Kingdom youth took protest to South Ibe Police Divisional Command yesterday, 10th of August, over escape of a suspected kidnapper and ritualist who goes by the name Mrs. Annette Anuelam, said to have been apprehended by a security corps South Ibe sector in connection with the abduction of 4 children from Musu village, South Ibe. The arrest followed with investigation on Wednesday, 18th August. She was handed over to the police. The DPO, South Ibe Divisional Police Command, CSP Aja Anthony, addressing the protesters, confirmed the news of the suspect escape from their custody. He expressed dissatisfaction on the incident, promised to investigate the circumstances surrounding the escape and get the suspect rearrested.
He's one of the mother. He's one of the mother.
One of the victims, Hamid Ismail, narrated his ordeal.
If you listen and let out the letter, say, you know, get my mama, papa, say, go kill that one head. Because say, we go find more many, go meet and say, go there
That's so nice, isn't it? So the police said they would do their best to get the children kidnappers, back to custody. I hope they do. So in Abuja today, it was announced that Huawei, you know, right? Huawei. It doesn't matter. So you understand what the company, right? So they announced job openings, like job placements in Abuja. And of course, the Nigerians who are tired, like Nigerians who are existing under this Tinubu, they took the bait until when everybody got there, they realized that there are so many of them that needs the job. I don't know how many slots or how many, kind of like positions opened, but this number and this video will tell you a better story of the state of that contraption. They may be lying to you, they may be cooking the figures and whatever they are doing. Reality don't lie. No, it doesn't.
Are you facing a trendy now? Don't go trends. Make I show you the level of joblessness in Nigeria. Ma just tell una ngaya muku dikka mutanen nan like myself are looking for a job in Nigeria. It's a job fair. I was thinking it's going to be like something fun and easy to get, you know. My dear, Nigeria is not for the weak. If it is so, if it is so, Canada business, Canada abunda kake yi, you just thank God kawai ka gode wa Allah.
No easy, you know. And that's just Abuja. If they do same thing in Lagos, you probably will see triple of that number of young people just looking for anything, any place, anything. They're willing to do anything. They've got the education. Some of them have the skill. What they need is divine connection, which is what the pulpit bandit sells. I see all that crowd. If you want to be the one to be taken, you need to sow a seed so that I can command it in the spiritual realm. You'll be the one they will choose. You know. If they choose you, you have been recruited. From your salary, you have to pay him. If they don't choose you, he's still going to win because he's going to tell you that maybe your faith is not that strong. That you did everything that you are supposed to be chosen. Since you are not, maybe your faith is broken. You need to be strong in your faith. You need to pulpit bandits, we call them. But good luck to everybody. If you have been there before, if you have been in that situation before, you will understand that, Abba, there's a chance that there's nothing they've never called you, or they didn't call you then. You are lazy, you are not smart, you are not this, you are not that, and that, or maybe you have some spiritual problems. Jobless for years after graduation. There are many, millions of them in Nigeria. Why don't you go and do something? Why don't you go and find something? Why don't you start a business? Why are you looking for a job? I don't understand why graduates are looking for it. Why don't you go and learn a job? Go and learn a work. There's nothing they will say to you. So when you see people there like that, those are the people that are facing what's Nigeria. What does Nigeria happen to people? Those are the ones. Graduates, unemployed, unemployable. Many of them. Nigeria is getting better. That's what, Okonjo-Iweala said. Like, it's getting better. We just need to improve it more. Madam, yeah, God will forgive you. On Abuja Lokoja Road, they had another log jam, like everything locked down. Why? Because the truckers, the truck drivers, they were protesting. They said the DPO of that axis, they said that DPO of one area, they imposed a 50,000 naira bribery for every truck that drives through that side. And he's got his own roadblock mounted there. So today, they've had enough. So they shut down the road. And everybody plying the road got stuck there for a very long time. I'm not sure if they have all been let out now, by the way, but here, earlier this afternoon, earlier this evening.
Who is the chairman? Sorry, who is the chairman, sir? Good afternoon. Who is your chairman, sir? Please, who is the chairman, please? Chairman! Yeah, but I'm doing you go there now.
Somebody said that he's the chairman. Goa, you are the chairman. Our chairman is sure not then. Now what's up with that? Because of you and the DPO, they've shut down the road. So they said the DPO, police, divisional police officer, used to demand for 20,000. So every truck that passes there, they pay 20,000 to the police. But somehow, it just increased it in the last few days. And those who didn't pay, they either had their tire slashed, they had their, so that complaint got them to say, today, we're not going anywhere anymore. Nobody's going anywhere. That is what happened there. A lawless place where everybody can do anything. Just give them little power and give them a little space. Watch them blossom into their own mini gods and you have them everywhere. Mini gods, mini demigods everywhere. Yeah. We do. And that is what power means to some of them. Do you want to drive through all those places and nobody stops you, nobody checks you or anything at all, then you will belong to the higher circle. And that's why majority of them will kill to have a seat at their table, so to say. So yesterday, Fina or something, is a lady, the BB Nigeria, Big Brother Nigeria contestant, have been a participant called Fina. The one who cried on the screen yesterday that Dangote truck Dangote truck crushed her sister and she's been rendered disabled for life. She's lost one leg and there's a likelihood that they're going to cut the second one. And, everybody reacted, including Dangote and their group. So they said, they've gone to go and see the sister and they're going to help and assist and all that. That one never finished. Dangote said twin called Boa. His own trucks are also committing the same similar crime all over the country, crushing, killing, but this is not killing. An unlucky driver had his own fair share of the madness too today.
Mona Suweti Boa, Dangote do you no? Dangote you do you finish now? Boa start. Dangote me you graduate on Wednesday for year. While you graduate from Awuchi Polytechnic. I deal with it now. We and their Esther we graduate now. Which Dangote key. Which Dangote scatter a leg. Now the same day we graduate. I dey on my lane. Chela come. The Chela double cross me. It scatter on my motor. It scatter my motor. And the driver be this.
Video me well. If na video you want video. Video me when I accident. Video me na accident.
You run enter my front.
I don't enter your.
Mona Suweti.
So I was the driver of the truck and the driver of the car, Still about the roads and all that, right? 2 days ago, area father, that's a Charlie boy, who I believe should have just moved on concerning that bus stop change of name and all that. But he went back to the place. Now, Olamide Bado bus stop in Bariga, what do you call it, Lady Luck. So he went there. He met with some of the supposed residents as well to make a video that look at the, I endorse it. Let's start calling it Olamide Bado. And what happened there too? You probably have seen the video, right? I have it too. Yeah.
Well, guess where I am? Guess. Olamide Bado bus stop. That is what is called now. Yes. Everybody wave. Yes,
Nobody go shake ya. Charlie boy. They don't shake ya, but we not go free. They don't shake it. Charlie boy. Nobody. I'm not going to you. Charlie boy.
Wow.
Now don't far. Ma òkúta tó wà ńbẹ̀ máa yọ kúrò ńbẹ̀. Máa sá bí bàtà bá ń sa ẹ̀wà. Now
You get? Area of powder, just move on already. But you know something? He's 75 years old though. Charlie boy. It's not a boy. It's like a grandpa, being a great grandpa self. But the man still look like he's probably like maybe 55, 60. Do you know that he's older than Tinubu? Yeah, by Tinubu's football age, or because nobody knows Tinubu's age. He's 75. In 5 years' time, he's going to be 80. And he's looking like, man. Anyway, let's leave Charlie and stop by in Balogun Market. I was going to check out something there. Then I changed my mind because of this. Oh, you won't be. Because Indian or Balogun Market, that's Balogun Market in Lagos. A part of it, not the whole market, but that's a part of it that you can then, you can just imagine what the rest of it look like every day. That's in Lagos. So where you feel like, oh, Balogun, we call it the mega shitty. The mega shitty. But let's go to Anambra. You see, some young people, or should I say the young revolutionaries, they have taken it upon themselves to go protest in the government house, where Solo Dump lives, because of the insecurity in Anambra State, where people have been shot, killed, kidnapped, and all that. So they are demanding that Solo Dump pay more attention to the security of Anambra State, use his relationship with Tinubu to bring the security to Anambra State than is currently spending his time on how to get re-elected. But upon getting to the gate, they got attacked by no other than, of course, the men in black, or not the men in blacks.
Go that side. You go that side. Go across. Hold on. Go across.
Please go. We're not going any across. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't try it. Don't try it. You cannot do it. You cannot do it. You cannot do that. Let it be. You cannot do it. You cannot do it. We are here. We are not going anywhere. We are not. Why is it pushing me? Why are you pushing me? You don't talk to me.
You come to be hard.
That's why we're here.
You come to be hard.
Yes. I want to talk to the governor. I want to see the governor.
I am the African Action Congress chairperson, and I am the governorship candidate for the African Action Congress. I am here to see the governor.
We cannot have it anymore. Enough of this death. We cannot have it anymore. This is your child. This is your child was murdered by his The African Action Congress governorship candidate is here to see the governor.
I think shift this way. Shift this way now. Shift this way. Go across. Go across now. Go across. Wait.
Another challenge you.
Another challenge you. Another challenge you.
I'm here because the blood of this boy is crying out. Nobody deserves to die the way this boy died. Maybe every other death has been justified, or everybody decides to live their life. I will not move on.
Can we
because
talk?
Allow me to express. I've been asking you to introduce yourself.
Hold on.
Nobody, even a child, should be victimized. I've been asking him, tell me your name. You don't want to tell me. You want us to talk, but you don't want to answer me.
Get to hear my response. Insecurity rises every day in Anambra State. Yes. We demand justice for Emmanuel and his sisters. We demand justice for the citizens who did this immoral act.
Let us see the culprits. We need to see somebody. Someone has to be held accountable for the death of this boy. Somebody has to be held accountable. Yes. We live in a society where one person dies, everybody is going about their business. The next day, the other person dies, one after the other, people are dying. And we think that it's not going to get to us. Because it is not touching us, we claim that it does not affect us. How can a young child, a young girl go to their farm, and the next thing, these people invaded them, kidnapped them, and then they asked the boy to sleep with the sister. And when he refused, they killed him. How can this happen in our land? This is Anambra State, for God's sake. Is this what our ancestral fathers fought for?
No, sad. Two siblings were kidnapped. A young boy and his sister on their way to the farm. And then the kidnappers demanded for ransom. Before the ransom was probably paid, right, they demanded that the young boy should have sex with his own sister. Then he declined. Then they brutally murdered him. That is the motivation for that AAC governorship candidate in the Anambra as a protest to the government house. Just so you know. Now, leaving that, I'm moving to almost to the end of the chat this evening. Koolu has finally departed for his Japan and Brazil tour. The third, especially to Brazil, the third in 9 months, right? But he's currently stopping over in Dubai, UAE. That, or what he's going to be doing there, is not listed as part of what they said he will be doing when he leaves Nigeria. This was him earlier today when he was leaving. You know why sometimes you have to agree with me that God actually should punish these rogues? Did you see that plane? That one is older than the plane that Tinubu told everybody that is rejecting. That's why he went to go and buy an old aircraft. The supposedly refurbished aircraft that he bought with $150 million has constantly been or continuously been returned back for maintenance. So which means the new plane he bought is so dangerous that he can't fly in it. They has to resort back to the old one that they said was too risky for him to use. And that's why they had to go and buy a new one. Because they didn't buy a new one. They bought a refurbished aircraft for Nigeria, a local plane. Now I can't really use it. The first, I think the first 3 months after they delivered it, when they announced that they've got him one, right? They didn't deliver it to him until like September, October 2023. You get that now? Like it took about 4 months. Yeah, about 4 months. Meaning they've done everything, $150 million. 3 months after they delivered it in 2023. By February 2024, they returned it back to France for maintenance. It was there for about a month. They returned it back to Nigeria. It flew to, I think, Brazil or something with it. Once they got back, they flew the aircraft back to France for another maintenance. The same one or new plane. Right now, the plane is not in Nigeria. That's why you saw him there flying in the same plane they said was risky. That's why they got him new one. That's the one he flew to Dubai with. Or flew to Dubai in. And this was him when he landed in Dubai this evening. Nobody knows what he's doing there. It's not listed. Koolu. So that was Koolu there. Hey, I don't want to sound blasphemous. Here you get. Like God can just be like the Old Testament God. You know that one that is Kia God. The one that it said is very quick to anger. Yeah, that one that just felt so angry about the rest of the world and he just used water to wash everybody, like kill everybody. Yeah, that kind of God of the Old Testament. Lord Atijo. I think. That one that got so mad with the people that Sodom and Gomorrah, he just raised the entire place. If it's not that kind of God you get now, again, the one that you can just say, Baba, these people have taken millions of people for granted, though, and it seems like there's nothing anybody can do about it. Like nothing. They are powerless, so do your miracle, or do something, or but that is not how the world works. Thank you very much, everyone, for your time. I have had another interesting evening. If you enjoyed it as well, please remember, like the broadcast. YouTube is still doing their nonsense, all right? And you liking and sharing the broadcast actually does help, all right? So keep doing that, keep sharing until we come back. And to those who have not been receiving notifications and all that, I have no idea how to advise you to do it, but other than
Just search and check if Mayegun is live at that particular hour, in case if you don't receive, even if you don't receive notification. 2 p.m. is brunch time, and 2 p.m. here right now is 8 a.m. Is it like 8 a.m. in the US? Maybe 9 a.m. in some places, right? And then if you are watching or joining from the Asian part of the world, like you're likely going to be 2 p.m. in the UK, will likely be somewhere around 11 p.m. in India, China, Japan, and all these places. Not sure. Just giving you plus or minus. So the evening time is 8 p.m. UK time. Same way, which is like 2 p.m. in America. It is still 8 p.m. in Nigeria, right? And across the Europe, at most maybe 9 in Germany. Not sure. But yeah, please, around those hours, right? Just check, see if Mayegun is on, and if you don't receive any notification. So I've had a good one. Thank you so much for your time. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I will see you again. And that's going to be tomorrow. Good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Mayegun dayari dayari politico. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.